What's going on, you guys? I am, as always, Mr. Grim 2 with the one and only Dark 987. And the reason you guys are probably wondering, well, Grim, you alright, pal? Well, I've been wondering something, guys, about something. Oh, 2 years ago, on November 21st, 2017, me and Knight did our non spoiler review for Justice League. Now bear with me. 2 years ago we had talked about our thoughts. We had given our thoughts and stuff like that. And if you guys want to watch the review from 2 years ago, it's going to be in the description of this video. But but after watching our review for it, I got to wonder: were we wrong? Were we too harsh on the movie? Did we even bother to give it a fair shake? Did we uh, did we just jump on the hate train that everybody else jumped on 2 years ago when this movie came out and just said fuck it? So that's why I'm making this video, because I this is kind of a long awaited spoiler review, kind of, sort of, but not really, uh of Justice League. But I wanted Knight here because did the review 2 years ago, and I wanted to see if our opinion on the movie had changed. Because since then, I have seen this movie a dozen times, and I'm pretty sure Knight has seen it a dozen times too. Um,
hmm
but I was wondering, like, what I had, because during the time that I saw our review on my channel about 2 years ago, we had made that review, um, and stuff like that, and I was wondering, I kept wondering, was I wrong? I've been wondering that about a lot of reviews that I have done over the last few years that I've been on this channel. I've been wondering that, was I wrong? You know what I mean? So, uh, I guess this would be some sort of a review for y'all guys, for us, for like a spoiler review. Um, Kind of like how we did with the Halloween episode of Back in Time, where we talked about our whether or not our opinions changed when we talked about Kong Skull Island and stuff like that. I wanted to do something like this. Um, so let's get right into what we had talked about 2 years ago. Now, there was some stuff that me and him had talked about 2 years prior to us to this particular video that we're doing now. 2 years ago, if memory serves me right, and I do remember this shit, 2 years ago there was three particular things that we had problems with, that we had talked about in the review. We had talked about the CGI. We had talked about Steppenwolf, uh, and I forget what the third one was, but I do remember it was Steppenwolf and the CGI that we had the most problems with.
Yeah.
Um, that, but the more I saw Justice League, the more I saw the film. I'm gonna get Knight's opinion about that too, about the movie here in a minute. But the more I saw it, the more I started seeing less and less of a problem. The more I just started to close off my brain and just say, this is a superhero movie. You know what I mean? But I've been wondering for the over the last 2 years whether or not I was wrong. We were wrong about it. Um, But I'm gonna get it. But I'm gonna get Knight's opinion here. What did you think? What do you after 2 years, dude? What do you think, man?
I mean, I didn't know about that. I mean, I did not think about that.
Yeah,
Honestly, um, I mean, and him and I, me and Grim here, we're fans of superhero movies. Whether it's DC or Marvel, doesn't matter. We both swing for both sides because we're fans of all these things, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And but yeah, I never really, I haven't thought about that.
yeah.
We were wrong. I mean, and if so, there was another way. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause I was thinking about that. I've been thinking about this, dude, long time for about 2 years now. Actually, when I started watching my review from 2 years ago, I started thinking about it, like, cause I felt like we were too harsh. At least I don't think. At least I think we were. At least now we were. Um, I was in my late 20s at the time, so
Yeah, we were.
this was 2 years ago. So,
Yeah.
um, but we had given the film a 7.5 out of 10 2 years ago. When we did the review. Um, but now I feel like upping it. I feel like upping the rating. I just feel like that this movie. Um, I I feel like that we didn't really give it a fair shake as much as we were supposed to give it a fair shake. But so that's why I figured might as well go back and talk about it, and so and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't think that 40% on Rotten Tomatoes should be that. Now that I think about it, Jesus fucking Christ, I didn't think that Rotten Tomatoes would be that bad. Uh,
Yeah.
it would be that bad on Rotten Tomatoes, but um, uh, yeah. So if you guys remember, this movie was directed by Zack Snyder. It stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, and J.K. Simmons. And the music was done by the legendary Danny Elfman. Um, I don't want to go through the plot. I just want to talk about our feelings from after 2 years
Yeah, go ahead.
about this, but I will get into spoilers. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about spoilers about how we about what we saw in the movie. And then also the two after credit scenes that we saw and stuff like that too. Um, so basically, this is the whole basic situation with this. A person, a freaking the villain, Steppenwolf, he and his parademons, which in retrospect is supposed to be, um, which in retrospect is not supposed to be Steppenwolf that has the parademons. It's supposed to be, uh, it's supposed to be Darkseid. I think that was the third thing that we talked about, that they could have used Darkseid
Yeah.
in the film. Um, and yeah, so what happens is, as many of you guys have seen it, there are mother boxes that are scattered around different parts of the world, and also different parts of the galaxy and stuff like that, where the gods, the Amazons, the Atlanteans, mankind, and the Green Lantern Corps have these mother boxes. Um, and what happens is that at the beginning of beginning of the movie, you guys have seen probably seen it. Superman has died after the events of Batman versus Superman, or so we thought, until they brought him back. Um, Many people were talking about. Uh, Many people 2 years ago were talking about the fact that they CGI'd his top lip to get rid of the mustache that he had on his top lip, and they said that the lip was really bad. um, but now that I have watched the movie several times, I don't really think the CGI on that was that bad. Um, Now that I think about it, I don't think that it was that bad anymore. That was one of many problems that me and Knight had when we saw this movie. Was the CGI? But what has your opinion changed, dude, about the CGI since watching it 2 years ago?
I mean, I haven't really watched it anymore that after we saw it.
Yeah,
But I mean, you put it that way, maybe it could be different.
yeah,
Um, very hard to talk about here. I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah. I seem to think that I don't think the CGI is. I don't. I think that it was that they could have did better. Now that I think about it, I think that they could have done better with it. But I didn't think the CGI was that bad. At least not anymore. As but as far as everything else goes, the whole thing with Superman when they brought Superman back, um, I was excited for that. Like I was, I was excited for that when they brought him back. But the way the movie played out was kind of weird. Was kind of off a little bit when we first saw the movie 2 years ago. Um, and I figured, I but yeah, this is really hard to do.
yeah, for real.
This is really hard to do. Um, but yeah, it was kind of basically the film was kind of the way it was played out all those years ago was kind of weird in a way. I said in the review 2 years ago that I wish that instead of Steppenwolf, that I kind of wish that Darkseid had played a bigger role
Yeah,
in the movie. That I wish it was Darkseid instead, not Steppenwolf, because Steppenwolf as a villain, and I kind of sort of still feel that way. Um, I don't think Steppenwolf was bad, but Steppenwolf shouldn't have not been the villain in this movie. Like I feel like that Steppenwolf should have been the that Steppenwolf. I've read the comics before. And, I don't think Steppenwolf is a really good villain put to be put in this situation with the Justice League, and so I think that villain character kind of failed in a little bit. Um, and I kind of sort of still feel that way about Steppenwolf's character. But as far as everything else goes, I still believe that the CGI could have worked a little bit more better in
yeah,
play of this movie. I still feel like that. I still feel like there was some stuff that they could have that I love the fight scenes. I love the fight scenes. I loved everything. I loved everything about the movie. I just think that they could have done a little bit more better with how this film was played out and all that. And but you guys are probably asking, well, Grim, what's the point of the video then, dude? Well, the point is, I still have it in the back of my mind. Was I wrong? Was I wrong to give it a 7.5 out of 10 all those years ago? Was I too harsh? And I feel like I was a little bit. I feel like I didn't give the other characters their just dues. I think uh, the Justice League, the people that played the characters, Jason Momoa was having fucking fun in this movie. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, right,
He kept hooping and hollering and all that stuff, and I couldn't stop laughing. That shit was funny. Um, I thought Cyborg looked. I thought Cyborg looked really cool.
oh yeah, he did.
In the movie. Um, the one thing I had a problem with was the Flash. The way they had him running, the way he was running. I didn't like. I remember the Flash doesn't. It, I've seen people talk about this movie, and that's been mostly the problem with that. Is that people said that the Flash ran weird and stuff like that, but uh, I kind of think that he did. I kind of thought that it was hilarious. To be honest with you, but
Yeah,
that's how I feel, at least. At
yeah,
least now, that's how I feel. I didn't talk about this. I didn't talk about the Flash when we did the review 2 years ago, but I'm talking about it now.
yeah, I got you.
Um, Batman. I didn't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Batman.
No,
There was just basic stuff that I wish that they could have done with him, like the whole. Like I get I get that Batman is supposed to be like really, really brooding and stuff like that. Like he's supposed to be depressed, but he didn't have to be that depressed.
yeah, too
um,
much.
Wonder Woman, uh, I don't think they really gave her that much to do in this. Like, cause I remember seeing her movie. I remember seeing the Wonder Woman movie 3 years ago, back in 2016, and I thought that she was good in that, and I can't wait for Wonder Woman 1984. Um, I can't wait for them to, for Gal Gadot to come back as Wonder Woman in the sequel, which I think the sequel's coming out next year. I think I would like to say. Um,
Yeah,
but I think everybody did extremely well. I thought J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, that he did pretty badass himself too. Um, I would like to say I don't think I would like to say that most of the people did really good in this movie. Um, the guy that played Steppenwolf, I'm gonna tell you something. I may give him shit for being a really dumb villain, but I have to say that he tried. He tried. You know what I mean? Because I don't think they really gave him that much. I don't think they even tried to make him uh, a good villain like he was supposed to have been made. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
but but yeah, I was kind of uh yeah this yeah so he oh, I had no idea about this. Okay, so this is what it says about him. It said after the release of the film, Hines was reportedly unhappy with the final cut of the film, which trimmed down the backstory and characterization of Steppenwolf. So see, it wasn't. I don't think it was his fault.
No.
Um, I don't think it was. It should have. It was his fault that that's what was going on. Um, yeah, I kind of felt that way too. That we didn't know much about Steppenwolf. They could have. They could have. They could have given us more. That's what I meant when I said that. I don't that I didn't think that they didn't give him much to do as far as a villain role and stuff like that. Um, but what did you think about what did you think about Steppenwolf, man? At
Well,
least now.
well, I mean, I didn't think he was a bad villain. I mean, but and we said that maybe it could have been somebody like Darkseid could have been better,
Yeah,
but
Dark Side. Yeah.
Darkseid, yeah, sorry. And um, I mean, after what you just read about that, you wasn't
I
happy
kind
about
of feel
Tom Cruise.
sorry. See now, I kind of feel sorry for the dude now.
I do too.
Like I feel sorry that I shitted on him like 2 years ago now. Now that I read that, I kind of feel sorry about that.
Definitely.
But continue. Go ahead, man.
Uh, oh, um,
Go ahead and say your piece, Bo.
well, I don't know, man.
But yeah, yeah. Go ahead, man.
It's still hard for him now, but I mean, I didn't think about all this that time after we saw the Justice League movie. I mean, I was excited to see it.
Yeah, I was
I
too.
have been a fan of the Justice League when I was a kid. I didn't,
Yeah, I now that I read that, I feel real sorry for him, man. Like, cause now that I think about it now, now that I think about it now, when we did our review, we were talking a lot of crap about Steppenwolf. So yeah, I kind of feel sorry about calling him out and stuff like that on his bullshit. But I mean, this is the thing that I have to say about that character. The dude tried. I mean, he was giving it his all. He was trying to make the best character that he could. But it's like everything else. It's like everything else. A studio has to fuck everything up. You know what I mean? They had to cut out a bunch of shit and stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah, there was some stuff here that I kind of wish that they could have. There is some stuff that I kind of wish that uh that they could have done better, but
yeah.
um uh but yeah, I kind of feel um I kind of feel bad for him, like I said before, like the dude that played Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Um, but Um, but as far as everything else goes, there was um, I think I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna up it because this is what I think. This movie should have gotten this a little bit more better than when we gave it 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
9.5 out of 10. Yes, there was problems still, but I still feel like it wasn't that bad. Like
no,
it wasn't that bad. I now that I come across it 2 years later, it still kind of sort of bothers me I'm still asking the question: was I wrong? Like where did we give it a fair shake all those years ago and all that shit? And it's just and now that I read about this guy Hines, who is I think his name is Sharon Hines. I can't pronounce his name all that well. Sorry.
yeah, no,
Um, they didn't really give him that much to do, like, and I kind of feel sorry for the dude. Um, like in the movie, you don't really see all that much of Lois Lane, all that much really neither.
nope, not really.
The Queen from Queen Hippolyta from or Connie Nelson's character, you don't really hardly see much of her in the movie.
Yeah.
You hardly see anything
Oh,
of Martha Kent, who was played by Diane Neal. You hardly see much of her in the movie. So yeah, a lot of people didn't really get a fair shake in this.
yeah,
And I think 2 years ago we had kind of sort of given props to the music done by Danny Elfman. Um, but if we haven't, then yeah, I want to give props to where I want to give props where props is due. Because
yeah,
Danny Elfman, um, shockingly enough, brought the 1989 Batman theme back into this movie.
oh yeah,
When they were, if you guys don't know, there was a scene in this movie where they all get together on top of a roof, and I guess, like you hear some of their music play a little bit, like their original music and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. Um,
yeah,
and but I just,
yeah.
um, so I figured might as well give our thoughts on it. Come on guys, after 2 years, I started I feel bad. I feel bad for I don't think 7.5 was that bad though, but I kind of still feel bad that we're kind of harsh, like in a way, like after watching that review from 2 years ago. Um, but but yeah, what do you think about Justice League now, man? After 2 years,
I thought it was a good movie.
yeah,
I actually did enjoy it. Although we, saw those issues, you know, I didn't really look in, now I don't really look in any fault in it, really. I mean, I thought it was talent. I thought it was, a good movie. Now, after all this time, like that, and I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
So, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I figured that this would be the only video that I would give you guys tonight. I was thinking about it in my head when we had talked about it after I had watched the review that we did 2 years ago. Um, I had thought about this long and hard in my head, and I was thinking, ugh, I kept thinking to myself, was I wrong? You know what I mean? Like to say that this was not a good movie. We loved a lot of stuff in this movie. When I had went, I think we both saw this together 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
we did.
Um, we had saw this 2 years ago together, and then we were both talking at the theater. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yep.
Like I said, I think I was kind of harsh when I said I told Knight when we were in theater, hey, I hope to God that this comes to an end soon, because
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
was some
exactly. Yeah.
stuff. There was some stuff that me and him rolled our eyes at, and like now that I think about it now, like I feel bad. Like I feel real bad that I said what I said, and I kind of feel like crap now. uh, when we had talked about the movie and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, I just want to make this. I just want to make this quick video. I know it's like 31 minutes and something seconds, and I apologize, guys, that it's going on for too damn long. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video real quick and just talk about how we felt about it now, after 2 years and stuff like that, and yeah, but but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. If you guys think that we're still wrong about it, about Justice League, let us know in the comments down below why. Cause earlier I got shit. I got a lot of shit for my Kong Islands review. For my Kong Skull Island review, I got somebody disliked it earlier, so whatever. Um, but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about this video that me and Knight made and stuff like that. Do you feel like after 2 years, do you guys kind of sort of still feel? Do y'all guys feel the same way about Justice League, or do you think that or do you kind of sort of feel bad? Because I kind of sort of feel bad for
Yeah.
you know just shitting all over this movie. But let us know in the comment section down below what you guys thought and all that shit. I am Mr. Girl Fallen 2 with the one and only Dark Knight 97, and we'll see you on the afterlife. Peace.